Oh! Okay, The funniest outcome is our boy saving the day, and old Professor Snape's like, yeah, I'm still gonna fail you. Maybe they're just invulnerable to fucking magic in general. I swear, if this is a case of the only thing that works is fucking melee, oh lord, we're gonna have to have an action replay. Oh, I'm a failure, they say, huh? Yeah, well, we'll see about that one, boss man. It was at this moment Will knew he'd done fucked up. Oh no, does it break into multiple pieces? No, he's just harnessing all the power from all the creatures, and then he's gonna put the core back in and become an even bigger abomination? Remember when I said maybe there would be a dwarf that died? Yeah, I thought a dwarf, not all the dwarves, but that's fine. Oh! Okay, Well, I mean, I definitely encouraged bro to start fucking getting serious again. Wait, what? Did you just push it? You see, if I wanted to be savage, I'd put my face on this character design. Okay. You know, I thought my expectations were a dwarf or two might die. And to be honest, at this point, until proven otherwise, I'm going to say all the damn dwarves die. They'll probably brush it off as, you know, they healed him up. But Frosty the Snowman surely isn't. Those are some of my highlights. Want Kiss Full Live reaction, head over to the Patreon. But Wistoria, it came back strong last week. It was a good episode. I thought it was quite good. And walking into this episode, I knew it was going to be bad news. Blind man could see things were not going to go well for the characters. Now, there was plenty of arguments to be made that Will was going to have moments of excellence that would show that maybe he deserves to be in the tower. And I think that's what's brilliant. The first episode, while yes, it ends with the, oh my god, potentially magic not being useful, but also Will's going to have his moment to shine because he gets neglected from the tower, right? Because, you know, old Professor Snape pretty much says, fuck you and your sword. We're going to touch upon that more, but, you know, it's important to note, right? Because your expectations are on Will proving himself. And while, yes, throughout this entire episode, there's a lot of death and destruction and devastation, you still feel like it's not going to be overly large in terms of emotional connection to certain characters. And that's where this moment comes in. You see, it's one thing to lose an arm. And I'll be honest, we're in a world of magic. I think you can regrow a limb with enough determination. Reattach that shit, as long as the arm's still there. Hell, get a prosthetic, be cool, be a Captain Hook, it's fine, we can... Like, seriously, if you're honestly telling me, oh my god, his dominant hand, we could make him a fucking device to hold his wand, right? It's fine. It's a little different when it's an entire death scene. And... I'll be honest, like... I can't even say in hindsight I see it coming. I guess the only thing I could say is that after the arm scene, sure, I figured, and please tell me I'm not alone, Rossi would come in, do something to save Will's life. It would look like a fatal wound. Will would do some shit, we'd save them, all's well that ends well, right? I'm pretty sure there's no saving that. And if so, I mean, they're gonna have to explain some power of friendship bullshit. Huh. Your expectations are magic's useless. So here's the dude who's very good with a sword, gonna prove himself. I'm thinking throughout this whole episode, this is gonna be the episode and fight that is gonna change the course of magical warfare, because now mages are gonna need to understand that sometimes they're gonna have to fight without magic, so maybe it'll be a good idea to train them with a sword, right? Still think that could happen in the future. But yeah, they adjusted. Okay, even if magic is being negated, we can still use objects. The whole time I'm thinking just start breaking apart houses or grab large pieces of earth, levitate that shit up and let it drop. I mean, it's going to be gravity at that point, not magic. I don't think it's impossible to keep old Frosty the Rosty around, okay? There's ways to write it. New body, same mind, healing, spiritual contract, I don't know. There's ways. But until proven otherwise, we should probably assume Rip Bozo. And I wasn't ready for that. I really wasn't. Now, I do want to touch upon old Professor Snape here. I love that everyone collectively has accepted, basically, Professor Snape. I thought I explained it pretty well last week, but man, I'm still seeing people completely misunderstand this character. You are simultaneously supposed to be like he's a dick towards Will on purpose, because he doesn't like Will, and he doesn't think Will belongs. But you're also supposed to be like, I do also kind of get where he's coming from. But I think a lot of people, when they watch things, they just see it from their view, and we have the bird's eye view of it. If you grow up in a world with magic, and magic is seen as the all-powerful tool, until a reality check comes, you're going to be very headstrong and not change your worldview. Look at our own species. We are very headstrong, and we are reluctant to changing our views. Everyone is like that to varying degrees. Letting Will rise up the tower is a very dangerous thing. Even if he sometimes does okay in dungeon crawling, he's smart enough to be like, it doesn't make sense to let him promote. He's just going to get himself killed. He'll potentially get other people killed because they'll have to protect him. There is bias. No one's going to deny that. Well, some people might, but there is bias and there's hatred. But it's also about keeping the dumb bastard alive. Now, I think he's wrong because of what we've seen from Will. But it's understandable where he's coming from. But people are very much just like, oh, what an asshole. It's like, well, yeah, he's an asshole, but like, he's a reasonable asshole given the environment he grew up in and his teaching position. I don't know. I guess I'm the weird one. I do appreciate that they utilized the dwarves. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about them until they brought them back up. Then it all came clicking again from what we did with season 1 and the dwarven tavern and everything. And honestly, it makes sense, right? If things are nullifying magic, send in the fucking dwarves. They're pure brute strength. Granted, as I said earlier, I mean, most of the dwarves look like they got cut down. Now, did they look like they got cut in two? No, so there is potential they're still alive, just very wounded. It just ain't a good time to be the characters right now. Like, talk about an insane episode, and that's why I think the failure of Will from last episode, your entire focus walking into this episode is this will be the moment that he proves once and for all the sword is needed in the tower, right? And because of that, you're not actually expecting a big death, or at least that's how I felt. I was like, okay, maybe he gets bodied a little bit. Okay, he crashed through 5 buildings, that's fine. I'm sure he'll get up. I don't know. It's not looking good, though. It's not looking good at all. And, you know, I like this show. It's got a lot of ideas I've seen before, but they just kind of slightly twist them enough to make it feel like its own thing. And Will's a very hard character to predict where he's actually going to end up by the end of a show like this. I don't know. I thought, okay, if he saves the day, surely he'll get promoted, but now I don't even give a fuck about that. I'm like, man, Frosty the Snowman got killed. The fuck? Your thoughts, though? Certainly, I mean, it can't get worse from this, right? Well, maybe I shouldn't say that, but your thoughts. Drop a like, share, support, subscribe, ring the bell. Of course, Patreon, full live reactions over there, and other exclusives, because you know I love to get those video shows to my patrons, because of why I get to do these YouTube videos at all. Alrighty, so today we got Paul Tar, Zen Virus, Claire, A, Edvar, Golden Angel, Alcerin, and we also have Ashura, so I appreciate the support. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.